I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another very special episode of, I was going to say Manifestation Mondays, because it is a beautiful day and we are manifesting beautiful things. But actually, it's Mentorship Monday, and you're here with the lovely and amazing Maren, and you're here with the lovely and amazing Michelle. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And it's our anniversary special, guys. It has been one whole year. One whole year, if you can believe it, which feels like it's just flown by. But one whole year of Maren and I creating these videos. And like we've been saying, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being on this journey with us and riding these waves with us, because they are amazing and we really are creating together. We are co-creating with all of you.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, everyone. I'm wearing polka dots because nothing says a party like polka dots.
Oh, I
I
love
just
it.
wanted to
I
be
love it.
festive today.
Oh, you
'cause
look
this
so
is
nice too. Yeah, that's awesome.
this is
But
our.
this has been the best year, and I'm so grateful for you, Maren. So I'm so glad
It
that we're
really
here
has.
together. Yeah.
I know. I'm so grateful for you too, Michelle, and all the listeners and the questions that you guys ask, because then it makes us think about those questions and the answers
Yeah,
to those questions. And it's
absolutely.
been such a fun year.
So speaking of a special, and this really is an awesome topic of conversation, but I want to ask you, before we get into what we're doing today, I want to ask you about your week, because we all know what kind of week I had the week before, and things have settled out much better now. I'm,
Good.
back
That was
back in
my
the
number
smooth.
one concern. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad you guys
So
are
so
doing
things
good.
are doing well. Shelby's doing well, and yeah, we're back in business and away we go. So
Good.
I'm feeling much better. And what about you? How did your week go?
My week has been really good. I'm back at work, so I had the summer
Yeah.
off, and now I'm back at work, and it's been pretty smooth sailing.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I have nothing really exciting to talk about except one thing that has to do with what we're talking about today. So are we going to talk about manifestation now, and I'll tell you my story, or are we doing it
Yeah,
after for our
yes, yes,
celebration?
yes. No, let's
Okay.
do that. Let's do that. So if it's, yeah, because that's, yeah,
Okay. We're just going
take
to
it
go
away.
for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to double check. Okay.
Yeah.
So our topic today is manifestation.
Yeah.
And that's why it's Manifestation Monday. And
Yes.
which
Yes.
I love. Maybe like once a month we should have Manifestation Monday, because
We should.
it is
We
such a big
should.
topic and a fun topic, especially if you're manifesting. It's like fun to talk
Yes.
about what you've manifested.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
we
I agree.
manifested the show together,
Yes, we
and
did.
so I feel like I've been getting really good at manifestation.
Mhm.
Like the law of attraction, like things are kind of just flowing to me. Like I'll see something in real life, and then I'll see it again on
Mhm.
Instagram, or I'll see it on Instagram, and I'll see it
Mhm.
in real life, or I'll
Mhm.
think, oh, that would be really cool to have this, and then boom, it
Mhm.
like happens. And
Mhm.
so this week, I was at work, or actually no, this week I saw a YouTube video, or not YouTube, I think it was Instagram video, where this lady, she rescues a butterfly that had like a little hurt wing, and
Yeah.
then she like gives it some fruit, and like it's like its little friend, and then the butterfly heals and flies off. Have you seen that?
Yes. 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 I've seen. I love that. I've posted that video before. I love that video.
Okay,
Mhm.
maybe I saw from you. I don't know. Um,
Maybe.
but anyways, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that would be like so cool. I would love to do that. Like it was just a thought. And then, like, not even a week later, I'm walking down the sidewalk, and there's like a little hurt butterfly, like kind of fluttering and can't quite, like, take flight. And I
No
was like,
way. Yeah.
yes. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this is exactly like that. I was like, that would be the perfect butterfly to rescue. And then I
Yeah.
thought, I don't know, should I like rescue the butterfly? And then I thought, I'm rescuing this butterfly. So I scoop up the butterfly and I'm with my coworker and she's like, well, I would rescue it, but I don't even know how to take care of a butterfly. And I was like, I do. I've seen the
Yeah.
video. They need sugar water and fruit. And
Yep.
so so she's like, well, we were literally right outside of a coffee shop. So she's like, well, let me run in and get some water. And she was taking a really long time. And I was like, kind of just standing out there holding the butterfly. And then I thought, I'm just going to go in and check on her. So I went in and she had a full cup of sugar water. And I asked the ingredients, like, 'cause who knows what sugar water is from a coffee shop. But it was literally just water, sugar, and like sodium bicarbonate or something like that to like preserve the water. And so I was like, okay, perfect. So we grabbed the sugar water, we grabbed some water, and then we keep taking a few more steps. And then there's an apple on the ground. And I was like, oh my gosh. And there was only one bite taken out of the apple. So we pick up the apple and we're like, look, we've got everything we need for the butterfly. And which I just like have to say, I just love that because I literally questioned like, should I take care of this butterfly? Like, how do I do it? And then it's like God put literally everything I needed for taking care of it
Yes.
within like a few feet from me, you know?
Yep.
But anyway, so I took it back to my office with me and it like was barely moving. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, did I just rescue a dead butterfly? Like, you know, am I just like wanting to be that Instagram thing? And then I took it home with me and I showed the boys. It's still like barely moving. And then I took it outside and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna like set it outside. And it didn't move for like, it kind of sat there for like a little bit and then it just took off and like flew. So it flew away. And so I was like, oh my God, we did it. We rescued the butterfly. We fed it. We
That's
nursed it back to
amazing.
health. I feel like a lot of it was just giving it like a safe space to rest, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was stunned, like it had been hit or ran into something
Oh,
because
that
it
could be.
feels like it was very disorientated, but you gave it that support and that strength and that safety and it knew it was safe.
I
It
know.
knew.
And I just love that because it's like, I don't know, you know more about like the energy of manifestation, but I was kind of thinking about it and I was like, okay, did this happen to me because I wanted it or did it happen because God knew I was prepared because it's something that I had wanted and so it put it in my path. You know what I mean? Like, was it for
It was a
me or
little
for the
bit of
butterfly?
everything. It's a little bit of
Yeah.
everything. And that's the thing, like manifestation, like the amazing part about manifestation is everybody does it, whether you're aware of it or not, everybody does it. But because it's a vibrational thing, so meaning what it is that we manifest or what it is that is able to come into our reality, I should say, is because it has to be a match vibrationally. So for you
Yes.
to have been that person on that sidewalk in front of that coffee shop that day for that butterfly, that had to have been a vibrational match. And so
Yeah.
how that worked out
Like,
would
makes
have
me
been
feel
this. So
here he
your,
is.
oh my gosh, how
Isn't he
beautiful.
beautiful?
That's amazing. Like that's truly amazing. And that's not
Yeah.
an everyday opportunity. And I think that's what's so beautiful because we're experiencing this through you. So this is a high vibrational teaching experience for one about manifestation. And that experience for you is very high vibrational. And why could you receive that? Well, a couple things happened. So for one, you've been for quite a long time consciously expanding your vibration and growing. And of course, all those signs that we've talked about for quite a while have all been there and continuing down that path. So what I want to explain in the first place is manifestation happens for everybody. So every person is continuously vibrating. We never vibrate in the same place. We do adjust our vibration, but because of our, say, how we feel inside, our circumstances, our thoughts, our feelings, all these things that play into what our vibration is. All of those things are important with manifestation. However, with the law of attraction, so let's say, for example, let's take a different situation.
Is manifestation the law of attraction, or are they different?
Manifestation is actually the action of bringing something into the physical. So manifestation, so something manifests. Think about manifest. A spirit
Bringing it into the
manifests
physical.
in front of you,
But you
right?
need
So
the
that's
law
bringing
of
something.
attraction.
Yes. The
Okay.
law of attraction is like attracts like bringing it. So we have many universal laws. And the law of attraction is the one that we use for manifestation, but it's always active. It's part of our birthright. It's part of our structure, universal structure. So manifestation, think about all the different experiences in your life. Like, I saw this car I really wanted. It's this red car. I've never seen anything like it. And then I walk out, and for a week, I'm seeing that same red car every day,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because I put my focus into it. And there is a reaction. There's something reactive in me, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. So that's the law of attraction at play. So here's another example. Okay. So let's say if somebody is in challenge in their life, and the other thing too, just to add, which we won't complicate it too much with this, but there's also some divine timing and some destiny that plays part of our manifestations as well. So,
Okay.
are we going to manifest something that's not right for us? No, because even if something doesn't feel right for us, we're always going to manifest something that is going to do something for us, or it wouldn't be in our reality, for one. For
Well,
two,
because it will
if
teach you something, right? Is that what you
exactly,
mean?
because it's
Okay.
yes, and so it's your choice, it's our choice, as do we choose to believe that what is happening to us will have benefit to us, or do we choose that it does not? Because law of attraction plays in this. So if I believe that these things that keep happening to me are negative, then I'm in that negative space. So I'm going to keep creating experiences that match that negativity. But the thing is, because we are creators naturally, we are here with a blueprint that's going to create experiences for us to help us, whether it's to get through something or, Eric says, for fun. Like, we create experiences for fun as well. But in regards to something like this, so what exactly happened? Well, Maren, you're already vibrating in a higher field, a lot of because of the work you're doing, the meditation you're doing every day. Like, there's a lot of different components, and you've had this energy even before your awakening. You were vibrating in a higher energy, and that has a lot to do with your positivity and your belief and your nurturing and empathy towards people. So when you add that conscious component to it, how did that experience happen? Well, for one, you weren't attached to the experience. You said, that would be fun to
Oh, that's
experience
nice.
that, right?
Yeah.
I would love to experience that. So you felt the beauty in that. The, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful and loving, and that is amazing. I would love to experience that. And then as you felt that, you set it aside and carried on. So you
Yeah.
weren't saying to yourself every day, "Where's my butterfly? How come my butterfly's not here? I want
I
my
never get the
butterfly."
butterflies. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh
So
my gosh.
if that had happened, now here's some things of how that could manifest. So let's say you had been saying that every day. Well, you might start getting butterflies popping up all over the place in other people's experiences on the outside of you to show you that it's there. You get the signs, but it's not happening. Because you let go of the experience, you sent that message out with the intent, and that
Yeah.
experience was brought back to you. Why did it take a week? Because it's alignment. So that's divine timing. That was the moment that little butterfly needed help. And that is that universal alignment that takes place, that it's the right person, the right moment. So here's the thing, there could have been 5 people in that area that would have been aligned for that. But you were the one that saw the video. You're the one that asked for it, and you're the one that was there. So it was the divinity. Like, that experience was for you, and it was a gift to experience that. So there's many different layers to it. So for every person that is manifesting something, know that manifestation is not something that, okay, yeah, I'll manifest later. I'm just going to go up on and do my stuff. No, manifestation is part of that experience, and the law of attraction is part of what we do. So it's happening whether you are conscious or not.
Well,
Right?
it's so cool too, because you're right. So many people say you just have to let the universe know what you want.
Mhm.
And I guess that's what I did. But then you're right. I didn't have any negative, like heavy energy to it. I let the
No,
universe know what I wanted and I moved on. That is
that's right.
so cool, because there are so many people that are like, I want that promotion. I want that promotion. How come I'm not
Yes.
getting that promotion? How come I
Yes.
don't have that sports
Yes.
car? How come I don't have that luxury vacation or
That's
whatever?
right. And so
Yeah.
and then all of the other, so you've been doing a lot of practice with it, just with the parking spots. And the reason why doing something that's small, like practice with a $5
So,
bill. I'm going to manifest
yeah.
$5 for myself. So you can
So
get
I
used
told
to that
Michelle,
conscious.
yeah. So I told Michelle earlier
Oh,
about the parking spots. I got to tell about the
yeah.
parking spots now.
Yeah.
So I think the reason why I have been manifesting so many random things is because I heard someone say that you should practice on something that is kind of arbitrary, that really has no karmic energy tied to it. So, like, if I really want this dream job, well,
Mhm.
that's got a lot of karmic energy to it. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about the energy of your accomplishments? Like, like, there's just, what does the collective feel about this position, or like money? Like, there's so much energy around
Yeah.
money. If that's what you're trying to manifest,
Yes.
you should
Yeah.
manifest something arbitrary, like a parking spot. There's really no collective energy around parking spots. There's really no like internal beliefs about a parking spot. It's just a parking spot. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing that. And so I would say, like, I parking spots will come easy to me, or there will always be a spot close for me, or I will always have the best spot for me. And I would like say that as I would drive up to a parking place. And so Costco, dun dun dun.
Yeah. We all know what the Costco parking lots are like. Mm-hmm. Same in
I
Canada.
hate going to Costco for the parking. It's just, this
Mm-hmm.
parking lot at this particular Costco is the worst. You can
Yeah.
never find a spot, and they're small, and it's horrible. And so anyways, I would say, there will be a spot for me. I will have the best spot for me, and there will always be a spot. And so I would drive up, and then kind of start at the back, and I'd be like, oh, there's a spot. I'll just take that spot. But then I would like walk to the store and I'd be like, oh, there was a spot right there. I didn't even see it. That's the one I manifested, and I didn't even take it, because like I had these beliefs that I would not get a good spot, even though I had just
Right.
manifested a good spot.
Right.
And
Right.
so that happened like a few times, where like I would see a spot like closer after I'd already taken the further spot. And I'm like, why didn't I trust my manifestation? Um, and then finally I started getting spots, and I was like, just trusted. Like, I know there will be a good spot for me. I'm going to go straight to like the good side. There's like a good side and a
Mm-hmm.
bad side. I'm going to go straight
Mm-hmm.
to the good side, and I'm going to look up close first, because if you look at the first spots and they're not there, then you have to go like to the far away spots. So I always like, I don't know why I go to the far away spots and then get,
Mm-hmm.
it makes no sense, but that's what I do. And I started getting spots. And then the last time I went to Costco, I was literally giddy. I was like, oh my God, I'm at Costco. What spot am I going to get? I was so excited. Of course, I got a great spot. And then I was telling you this because just this morning I had to go to Target, and you come in from the back parking lot, and I could tell that all the front parking spots in the row I was in were full. So I was like, oh, I'll just take this back parking spot, like whatever, it'll be a walk, but it's fine. And then I was like, no, I can manifest good parking spots.
Yep.
There will be a good parking spot for me. And so
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to go to a different row. So I went to the front, turned around, and literally the first spot after the handicap spots, the first spot in the row next to us, what someone was backing out of. And I was like, see, I knew it. I just felt so
Yeah.
accomplished. And I was like, I'm a
Yes.
manifester. But
Yes.
I feel like that energy is helping me to manifest the butterfly and like all these other things.
Yes.
So
hmm
that's really cool. So now you can
And
continue on.
and well, I was just going to say that using things like the parking spots and like things that you don't feel overly attached to. So when we're looking for things to practice with, you want to choose something that you can let go of easily, because uh, things like I want to manifest a Ferrari, like those things, there's resistance, right? Because our
Yeah.
belief system may not be at that place yet. So you want to use things that are easy, that are easy manifestors, because some things will take more time because it depends on what your vibration is in relation to what it is that you're manifesting. So how
Yeah.
far is your current vibration, right? And that gives you like this time and space. However, when you're manifesting something, and say it's a bigger project or it's a job promotion or it's something that you are manifesting, well, the trust piece of things is a very high vibrational act. These are all universal openings, because remember, situations, if we look at it like a map, so I can see you on the grid with the butterfly, I can see you in relation to where you are. Well, you are already a match to the butterfly. So that emotional response to it, you were already a match to that situation. So that really was just a matter of time before it happened. So when, let's say, there's something that has more of a, and it's important to say, more of a personal vibrational response to something, because we're
Yeah.
not looking to match what we think the vibration needs to be. It's what you are in relation. The reason why this is important is because I get a lot of people that ask me, okay, well then why is this person that does all of these crappy things to other people, or they're kind of they're maybe focused in a different way that doesn't look very good towards others. Why are they getting all these things? Why are they manifesting all these things, right?
Yeah.
Well, because it's the law of attraction, and they believe they are entitled, or they believe that they can get it. And so they are in alignment with themselves and belief, because the universe is not judging whether you're a good or bad person, or whether that's not how it works. It's vibrational.
That is shocking. That is
Yeah.
like literally life altering, because that is, to every single person goes, they're not a good person. Why did they get that? Why did that person get
Right.
it before me? Because they
Right.
believed they could.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
And it really is a very simple structure. It just takes a while to practice with it and understand it. But we've all been witnessing it our entire lives. And so when we understand that there is a frequency and a way that the universe reads the energy, because it's consistent feeding into, like
Yeah.
a computer, consistent feeding into the energy. So it's about the experience here on Earth. And that's a really tough one, because a lot of people be like, okay, but I'm a good person, and but what if that person doesn't believe they deserve it? Or what if that person doesn't believe that that would ever happen to them? Those beliefs will override your desire or your passion. And yes, there are times where something is absolutely going to come to a person because it's part of their experience on Earth. It's part of their blueprint. It's a destiny thing. So that happens too. But when
Well,
you break it all down, it makes a lot of sense.
yeah. And also, I feel like trusting the universe, right? Because of those parking spots, I manifested them, but I didn't take the
Yes.
opportunity. So if you
Yes.
feel like you're
That's right.
manifesting, it's kind of like the believing, right? You believe you can. Well, the universe will
Yes.
manifest this opportunity for you. But if you don't
Yes.
believe you've got it, then you won't take it.
Yes. That's
So
right.
always go
That's right.
for it. If you ask the universe, take those risks, right?
And that's very important, because if you ask and ask and ask and want and want and want, and you're like, okay, I'm focusing over here, not all things are going to walk into your reality. Maybe some things might happen that way, but you have to be in tune with yourself to know that it's time to take action, to push yourself a little bit, because it's not all just going to walk into your reality. You have to play with it to have them
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're responsible for the change in your life, and you have to trust that you've manifested the whatever the desired outcome is for yourself.
And again, how does that all happen with vibration and clearing ourselves out and clarity and all of those things? Well, through our healing process, through disassembling what has been put on our belief system through society, what has been put on our belief system through family, through experiences, and really understanding ourselves in that healing process, we will notice the manifestations will come in more and more. Things will come because the more you are aligned with your true self, not other people's version of it, your true self, the more you are okay with you, the more that you are in acceptance of you and the journey that you're taking and the healing process, because everything is connected, all of
Yeah.
those things start aligning. And then you start to have more forward, higher vibrational manifestation experiences as you go forward because your set point of your vibration has raised.
Wow. That's
Yeah, because
unbelievable.
everything is connected. Nothing is not connected.
So, okay. So, what do we need to do? So, clearly, yes, you do these manifestations with arbitrary things. You were going to say something about a
Mhm.
$5. What was that?
Oh, yeah. I was just saying when we were talking about parking spots and everything, something to play with is like a $5 bill. So by saying to yourself, I would like to experience having a $5 bill pop into my experience in any way possible. I would like a $5 bill. And so, maybe that $5 bill might be in a pants pocket that you forgot or however, but play with something that doesn't have a lot of resistance to it.
Okay.
Okay. So, it might be something else. Maybe you might want to see flowers in your day. I would like to see fresh flowers in my home today.
Okay.
Or, so you got to pick something that is easy for you to believe that it could happen, even if you have no idea how it could happen.
Okay.
And the less restriction you put on it truly is the better,
Okay.
and manifest things that are like, think of, I keep getting bumblebees. Somebody's going to see bumblebees. Somebody's got,
Okay.
there's some, because I'm seeing big, big bumblebees around someone.
Hmm.
But play with it. Play with it.
Okay. Okay. So, play with manifestation. That's number one. Number two, I feel like is heal, right?
Well, yeah, well,
Release
yes,
the
healing,
fuse,
healing in your beliefs. So understanding where you're at, what your beliefs
releasing
are.
negative beliefs.
Yes.
Would that be
Yes.
good? Okay.
Yes. Because negativity is not who you really are. So those beliefs are not things that are negative, that are heavier in nature, are from experience, whether it's yours or somebody else's. So it's releasing those negative beliefs and replacing them. So remember, you always want to replace something. So if you're
Okay.
removing something, well, what do you believe? So if I am releasing frustration or frustration around a subject matter, how can I put peace around that subject matter? What can I look at that gives me peace? So that when that comes up, you go to the peace of that. And that's the repetitiveness of doing so. The healing, yes, the healing process. So your belief system, your healing process. And of course, what is it that you actually want?
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
probably I feel like a
because
lot of people are confused about what they
yeah,
actually want.
well,
Yeah.
and that's true because we often get into cycles and habits of that are more like, a lot of people say things like, "This is just the result of my situation. I just do what I have to," but we don't have to live that way.
Right. Well, that's a
So
negative belief, right? Like
it
this is the
is,
result of my situation.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's the breaking down of that. And that's
Yeah.
a process too. So don't feel like you're doing something wrong if you don't really know what you want.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
play
and
with the energy where you're at.
you said like find the authentic you. So I feel like once you find your authentic you, which is what brings you joy,
Yes.
then you'll be able to like, oh, I hate working and I love my kids. Well, then maybe you can manifest like having a home daycare or something, like
Yes. Yes.
figuring maybe, dream big,
And
figure out what your,
also what, like, know your why. Know the why.
yes, talked about that last
Why
week,
do
I
you
think.
want that? So when we're looking at these things in our life that we want to bring to fruition that are higher vibrational or bigger things, why? Why do you want to do that? And really get honest with yourself. Because if you're not being completely honest, as honest as you can be, but if you're not being completely honest with yourself, your vibrational frequency is coming from that true belief, not what you're saying out of your mouth, right? So we could be saying all kinds of things and not truly believe it or have it really be true. So
Right.
things like, why do I want to be a medium? Why do I want to do this? Well, I want to do it because it feels good. I want to do it because I like how I feel when I'm helping other people. I like to do it because I'm interested in consciousness and growth. I want to do it because I'm supplying joy for my family. I'm able to do this job and support my family. So see all those really strong, they're strong, passionate whys. So
Yeah.
if you had a why come in to say, well, I'm doing it because I know that makes my mother very happy, or I'm doing this because, so you want to start to disassemble those things because
Yeah.
then you'll
That's
really
what came.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what came to my mind too, was like somebody like a upper level professional, like a doctor
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
and that they could say, why do I like being a doctor? Well, because I like helping people. I think that's the answer they give.
Hmm.
But really, sometimes I feel like it's because that's what my parents wanted me to do.
Yeah.
I had to achieve this level of,
Yeah.
professionalism. And so I went with this.
And I
But
have
maybe
people see
helping
me all the
people.
time that say that very thing, and
Yeah.
doctors that say,
Yeah.
I did this, I went to school and I did these things because this was what my family wanted from me. And this is not really what I want, or I've got all these things in my life, but I'm not happy,
Yeah.
right? So that's asking yourself those questions and really interviewing yourself is hard because we don't always like the responses we get back because we know that there's deeper truth. And that's why we avoid asking those questions
Yeah.
because it can get uncomfortable.
And I feel like when it's something so big like that, like you can't just go like, okay, so I'm a doctor. I clearly have a lifestyle that requires this salary, right? But I'm not happy in my job. And you can't just be like, I'm going to quit my job and I'll find some miraculously amazing job
Right.
that's, similar, just jumping ship like that. But maybe it's more of like well, I love nature. So then you connect with nature groups, and then the nature groups connect you with this like charity, which connects you with this whatever, which connects you with this, that gets you to this nature job where they need some doctors without borders, blah blah blah
Yes,
blah, and then you jump ship or something,
exactly.
like it's
Because
I feel like
everything
you have to
happens
start
through
small. And
synchronicity,
yeah.
right? So intention, and remember, it's the process of it. So what's my intention? What do I want to manifest? Well, okay, I'm not really sure about that yet. So I'm going to go through my life and I'm going to deconstruct how I feel. Why am I doing these things? What got me to this point? So that's part of that healing process. So that component is very important. But if you know what it is that you want and you just don't know how you get there, you're like, I'm not happy in where I am. I know I want to be over here, but I'm not sure how to get from here to here. And that's exactly it. Well, I'll identify what gives me that feeling. So if it's that connection with nature, like you said, I'm going to identify where do I have that in my life right now? Where can I connect to that right now to start giving myself, feeding myself that energy,
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
starts to change the resonance of where you're vibrating, which then triggers synchronicities and opportunities. And your job is to feel as good as you can where you're at, with the knowing that things are happening behind the scenes to help lead you to the next place. And the more
Yeah.
you do this, the more practice you get, and the more you recognize the synchronicities and the cycles to where you feel a sense of peace because you know something's coming, but you might not know exactly how it's coming. That's how this journey gets more exciting, and why you've got some people on the spectrum over here that are like, I don't know, that's some toxic positivity going on there. That's like, these people cannot be that happy. They cannot be having that good a time. And I once felt that too. That this can't be possible. There's no way. But this is why this journey, by keep going forward, like, why are people so drawn to doing this? Because it feels good and it gets more and more fun. Does that mean life still doesn't happen and there's not hard moments? Of course life happens. That's what we're doing here. But it means that I'm dealing with things differently. It means that I honor myself differently, and I'm having a hell of a good time playing with the energy while I'm at it. And
Yeah.
that's where we keep going to. That's why we're here. It's really that enjoyment. We are the creator.
And I think there's like some bit of like surrender to it, which makes you be able to experience joy. Like,
Yes.
I trust the universe to provide what I have asked for to me, and I'm going to let it go.
Yes.
And that helps with like the anxiety and the
Yes.
anxiousness and the,
Yes.
of life changes, which are so
Yes.
difficult.
Because anxiety, anxiousness will come up. Stresses that are like generalized anxiety will come up in us when we are wanting something that is different from our experience. And when there's something that we feel we can't have or is not happening, and we're in a different space, that's where that comes from. But
Mhm.
we can link that. We can start to change the relationship to that. And for some people, it might happen easier. And for others, it might be more of a smaller stepping. It all depends on where your vibration is right now. Right. But the journey itself, the processing of it itself, becomes easier the more you do it. It does become easier, to the point where it becomes second nature. Just like
Yeah.
manifesting things that maybe we don't want in our life became second nature, right?
Yeah.
So with more consciousness to it and the act of surrender, like, I'm not here to control how it comes in, but I'm going to keep myself clear and play with my vibration and keep myself open. So I'm going to recognize the signs. I'm going to know when it's time to take action. I'm going to know when that opportunity is here, because even if I'm scared, I still know it's right. I still
Yeah.
know that's the step I need to take. Right. But surrender is a big part of it. Yes.
Yeah. That's really cool. Will you like, so question here. What if you're manifesting something? Okay, say the parking spots. You're manifesting something, and I don't know how to metaphor it to the parking spots, but you're
Mhm.
trying to manifest something like a job,
Mhm.
and you're like, okay, should I be reaching out, or will it come to me? Like, how do you know? Or like, or an opportunity comes, how do you know that's the right opportunity? What if there's another one that's the one that's you've really been manifesting or something? Like, is there a way to tell,
Well, first of
or
all,
do you just know?
if an opportunity comes forward that feels, because not all opportunities are going to feel like the one. Some of them are going to feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, that feels like the one. But here's
Yeah.
the thing, that may be a step to the one. So
Right.
you want to recognize the energy. So put yourself into the situation. And this is where you use your tools. Meditate on it. Don't answer things immediately. If you get an offer for something, or something's coming and you're like, do I reach out or do I not? If you're really feeling conflicted about that, then sit back and meditate on it. Ask a question. Ask for it, like, allow it to be in your energy for a little bit. Now, here's the thing though. if you take an opportunity that you think is not meant for you, it will always be for you. An opportunity that comes will always be for you unless, and here's the thing, you will know because anyone listening to this right now will recognize an opportunity that is pushing away. So something that comes forward for us that is not for us, you will know it right away. You will just
Okay.
know. You'll feel it.
You're like, I want the change, but I can totally feel this is not for me. But I
Yeah,
want the change, but you
yeah,
feel it. So you kind of are conflict, but don't go for it because you feel that
right.
it's not. It's
But
the
some
opportunity that you've manifested, you'll feel 100%.
yes, you
Okay.
will
If
feel you will feel that like sometimes you will just know like there's things that come that it's just like there is just no way that could be anything else. Like it's every box. I know what it is or it
yeah,
just happens. And then there's other ones that are more like stepping stones. And so don't feel that if something feels right, maybe it's right for right now.
okay.
And remember everybody around you might be saying, oh, this is great for your future and this is where you're going to be, and inside your head you might be, this is perfect for right now, but you
Yeah.
know that it's
Well,
going to move
okay, so
over.
that's what I was going to say. So if you do take that one and say there was a more perfect one that was going to come like 2 weeks
It'll still
later,
come.
but you took this one, yeah, there will still be another stepping stone to get to what
Yeah.
you've manifested. So you're not
Yeah.
trapped in that. It might
No.
take more time because you didn't wait for the other one, but it's still going to come. And
Yes.
that's how I guess I relate it to the parking spots because it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
for those first few where I took the back parking spot that wasn't the best, I
Yes.
still got
You
the
still
next
got
time
to
I
the
got a
front.
parking spot.
Well,
Yeah.
what
And
they
like
said
next
is
time
you
there was
still
still
made
one
it to the
there
front
that was what I
door.
wanted. Yeah. What
Eric just said, like,
I
with
made
the
it to the
parking spot, he says, regardless whether
yeah.
you are at the front, so taking the opportunity right away, or you parked at the back, you're still going to make it to the front door.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel good now. I
Yeah.
feel really confident. So funny that we're talking about this. And this is just law of attraction here. And that's just, I watched a podcast or listened to a podcast from Oprah about her life story.
Mm.
And there are so many um, manifestation stories that she told. Like when she
Mhm.
tried out for the color purple,
Mhm.
she she read the book and she was like, I'm going to be in that movie. I'm going to be in that movie. So she told the universe, I want to be in that movie. Right. And then she gets a call and they ask her to try out for the show. And then somehow, I can't remember, somehow Harpo's in there and that's her name backwards.
Mhm.
And so she was like, it's got to be a sign, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, she's like, if there were any sign of all signs, this was the sign, this was me, like this was my deal. Like,
Mhm.
it's like you, just like you said, she manifested and every sign was there that this was like the perfect thing for her.
Mhm.
But it was
Mhm.
she had to try out for it and cast for it, right? So
Yeah.
um, she had to wait like 3 or 4 months and she thought, oh my gosh, like I didn't get it. Some other professional actress got this part. And she goes, I figured I didn't get it because I was too overweight. So she went to as she affectionately calls fat camp. And she's like running around the track and she's just like, God, like I know that this other actress is gonna get it. Like help me not feel resentful about this other actress getting it. So this was her surrender, right? And so she's like, and I sang this hymn about surrendering. And she's like, I finally felt good about, this other actress getting it. And then she's like, I feel good about her getting it. I don't think I'd ever be able to watch it with her in it. So now I need to help surrender with her being able to watch it. And so she ran some more and sang some more. And then she finally felt like she could watch the movie with this other actress in it and everything would be okay. And she completely surrendered. And at that very moment, someone ran out to her and said she had a phone call. And it was Steven Spielberg telling her she got the part. And that if she lost 1 pound, the part would be at risk, that she needed to leave the camp.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how amazing.
Yeah. So
You
I feel
know,
like,
you're just reminding me, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
oh no, you're fine.
But it just reminds me of which I'm going to show you again. and I've showed us many times, but just for those who haven't seen, I'll show you again. Let's see if I have a drawer full of my manifestation books. Okay.
Okay.
And these are all from the early days of my journey. So let me pull out my bag of tricks here from my box. Right. Okay. So all my journals, all the things that I manifested. And I remember in the early days, I would get like flashes of cameras. Like I would see cameras and camera rolls and all these things. And so I'd question in meditation, okay, like what's this about? What's going on? And at the time, this is when I was really getting going with Eric, starting to communicate more with Eric. And so I asked him, I'm like, is there a movie? Like, is something happening? And Eric said, a documentary. And I was like, huh. I'm thinking at the time, I'm like, what would I be in a documentary for? Well, what have I got to do with a documentary? Well, this was maybe in 2016, 2017. No, 2015. So in 2016, the next year, through a course of events, somebody had approached me that was doing a documentary. Okay. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is what they're talking about. And they wanted to interview me about my journey and ask if I would go out and like search these locations with them, like as a medium. And I was very excited. They came and they filmed part of it. I thought that was it. And I never heard anything again. That was it. And I was like, oh, well, okay. But it was still the experience. And maybe that's all there's going to be. And I felt like there was going to be something else. But what was so interesting is a few years later, the Channeling Eric documentary came out. And I flew to Houston and went with Elisa and some of the other mediums, and we interviewed out there. And part of the documentary is already out, but now the big Channeling Eric documentary is coming out.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
just like what we were talking about with opportunity, some of these opportunities that I had before were almost like little nuggets, like little tastes,
Yeah.
so these little, and they would teach me something through each time, because every time I wrote it all down. I could go back and look at what were my challenges at that time. What did I work through? What did I learn from it? And I would use that and kind of just put it away. So just like with the thinking of the butterfly, I wrote it down, I put it away. And then I carry on and just do what my daily, day-to-day, just work on myself and keep going. And then these opportunities would come in. And so when that opportunity came, I knew that that's what it was. But the whole thing is you never give up. If it's not exactly what you thought it would be, well, there's likely going to be more to it, but we don't have the full picture. We never will see the full picture while we're here on Earth. We become more and more clear where we understand and we follow our patterns, but there's always going to be this element of what happens behind the scenes that we don't always know. But that's there because we don't know everything. And what if there's something better that our minds haven't brought up yet? Because that happens too. Right?
Yes, there's someone that says, I would like to manifest this or better. They always put that phrase on any manifestations that they say, because they're like, this or better. I'm like,
I say that too. I say that too.
Okay,
Yes, because I've learned that there is better for me that I don't always see. And that's part of my walk in trust, is trusting that, because the biggest thing is when you clarify what's going on inside, right? Clarify. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about, I was a certain person in front of everybody and a different person behind closed doors. And I felt a lot of shame because of that. Yeah. Meaning, like, I would get frustrated and angry, and I couldn't be around people or anything. And I was very ashamed of it, because I thought, my God, if people knew that I was lazy and they knew that I couldn't do this and I was having a hard time keeping up, everybody would just be like, oh my God, like that was my thinking at one time. And it wasn't the universe judging me. It wasn't anybody else judging me. I was judging me, and I was not being honest with myself because there were things I needed to take care of. There were things I needed to do, but I was hiding those things because they were hard. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to look at it. So it's all of those things that facing them is an immediate change of vibration.
Yeah.
The minute you face it, the minute you choose to face it, you change your vibration. And that affects everything. And don't know why that was important. Always something spills out for somebody.
I know.
But
Well, no, now you've got me thinking because you were like, you always take like little nuggets from what you've manifested.
mhm,
And then I started thinking, well, your perception of who God is, does that affect your manifestations too? Because there's the people that are like, God is loving or the universe is loving, will always provide me, with these positive experiences. And then I feel like there's the people that are always like, what is God teaching me with this lesson? Like all these bad things happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah.
they feel like God is like the punisher
Yes.
and like is always
Yes.
putting bad things on your plate to like
Yes. Yes.
punish you and teach you lessons.
And that a lot of that comes from religion because it's hard for us. And I don't mean that in a negative connotation, but I mean just that feeling of judgment. Like I'm not
Mhm.
good enough for, or I need to prove myself to. And it's not my understanding of God is all love. My understanding of God is a prime frequency, is a creative frequency. But that being said, we are absolutely loved so much that we're allowed to come here on earth and make the choices that we want and to walk the path that we choose to walk. And the circumstances, because there's many things that happen from childhood forward, and there are reasons for it, but it's also up to us to decide how we walk through it. And that's something that each individual has to work through on their own, because none of us could really, you know we can say this and we can teach this, but it's the personal walk through with
Mhm.
source, with energy, because we are, and this is the biggest piece that really helped me to understand the frequency and the energy and how does that relate, like lessons in God and judgment, was letting go of all of that, letting go of the judgment, letting go of everything, and really breaking it down as energy. That helped me to begin with, understanding frequency and how do I relate to frequency. The love and everything is I can feel more love. I have more support, but it's not that the support and love has not always been there, but I was not vibrationally open enough to have noticed it,
Yeah.
feel it, and experience it. And once my vibration got to a point where I could keep letting it in, that would get stronger. And so my confidence in my beliefs, my confidence in myself was a continuous build of confidence, because none of that happened overnight. And that really is our deep inner work, is our relation to it, but really taking out of it that we are being punished. It may feel like that, and I've felt that before too. It may feel like that, but that's not really what it is. And you can see that the differences in experience, like two people can have the same situation, but if they're in
Mhm.
two different vibrations, they're going to experience it very differently.
That's why that happens. Yeah, the different perceptions. Yeah.
Yeah,
So interesting.
yeah, it really is. It really is fascinating. But the one thing I'll say before we close up is when Eric had said to me, um, prime source, the God source, we're that piece of it. We come from it. We are that. We all make up that. So how could we not be that powerful love? How could we not be the creator? because the creator and we are part of the creator. So we are allowing that energy to flow through us onto the earth because we're the conduit of that energy here on the earth. So that gives us this amazing opportunity to do wonderful things with that pure love. And, my experience from hearing the word love many years ago to what I experience love as now is very different.
Wow. We have to do
And
a show on that then.
I think so. Talk
Yeah.
about love and really break that down because it's that's the joy of our experience. As our consciousness expands and our feeling, we experience things that we may have said and done at one time in our life. We experience it new all over again because it's deeper, it's bigger. Words are not always the best explanation for what we're experiencing. But that's a good topic. That's a good anniversary topic.
That was
Yes.
manifestation because we manifested this show together.
Yes, we did.
And our listeners and all these opportunities. And
Yes.
it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride, Michelle.
Absolutely. It's just the beginning, Maren. Just the beginning.
I hope so.
All right. Well, I suppose we should close up. We almost made it to 111. We just passed over the 111 mark. A synchronicity.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Bye, Maren.
Bye.